No base is truly raid proof. Build an empty spot or piss off enough people and you'll be logging back into an empty base no matter what you try. However, here are some strategies to discourage raids, waste raiders' resources, or even make them regret even trying. Hey guys, Jfarr here and let's get started. Nothing screams don't raid me more than an already raided base, or so they think. You can achieve this by strategically placing hanging walls, exposed foundations, and a fake wooden layer. Raiders might think the base was built by a complete noob or it's already been hit, making them less inclined to waste resources. Also, you could place a sign out front with something raiders would write after griefing you for an extra layer of deception. Become the tricky trickster and build multiple entrance doors to your base. Raiders won't know which door is the real one and may end up wasting a ton of explosives figuring it out. I've had raiders give up after blasting through 2 fake doors and realizing they're getting nowhere. If you don't have the time or patience to defend your base, you can always try to befriend a larger group. If achieved, they may be able to watch over your base while you're offline, or at least hear a raid going on nearby and counter it. You can befriend groups by helping out with resources, sharing information, or just being an overall funny bloke to be around. Building trust with a bigger group can make your base a lot safer. Using key locks as a solo player can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it signals to raiders that you're solo, potentially making them think there's not too much loot inside. On the other hand, it can also make you look like an easy target. The trick is to play into the solo noob vibe. Use basic building materials, make the base look a little messy, and keep it low profile. Location, location, location. Based on my experience, building away from hotspots and prying eyes is the best way to avoid being raided. You've got 2 main options. Blend in by building near others, so you're one of many targets, though this can come with more eyes on your base. Option 2 is isolate yourself in a secluded spot, where fewer people will stumble upon you. This will reduce your chances of being targeted, but will make you an easier choice if someone does find you. I prefer isolated locations. Just having fewer eyes on the base in general means fewer chances to be raided, along with fewer neighbours to piss off. Good spots include the cliff formations, dense forests, hidden areas near the snow biome, and oceanside bases. Avoid big monuments and the fresh spawn zones and you should be alright. Don't log off with a crate full of scrap. Convert it into blueprint knowledge before you log off, since that's one thing raiders can't steal. Recycle leftover components and learn key blueprints like weapons, armor, doors, and explosives. Smart alarms when paired to the Rust Plus app can notify your phone when you're being raided. There are 2 main devices to detect when you might be getting offline raided. First is the new seismic sensor, which can output a different power amount based on the type of explosive detected when raiders start coming through your base. Hook this up to the smart alarm, pair it with your phone, and it will now alert you of any explosives detected nearby within its set range. I have a guide on mobile integration if you want to learn how to set this up and pair to your phone. The second detector is the heartbeat sensor, which can alert you of movement near your house. This can be good to inform you of a potential raid before it even happens. Shotgun traps can ruin a raider's day. Not only are they an extremely loud alarm system, but can drastically slow the raiders down. Typically, raiders will try to drain the turrets if they have been placed in a poor location. However, you can avoid this by putting them in spots the raider can't see until fully exposed, like a drop down. While it's recommended to place the traps along the primary path the raiders will go, it can also be good to have a few shotgun traps watching the other way, in case the raiders decide to breach through the walls. Accept that your base will eventually get raided. The trick is making sure they raid the wrong one. Set up another base nearby with your real loot hidden in the low profile or roleplay style base. This strategy can keep you going through the wipe, even if your main base gets hit. If multiple bases aren't an option, split your loot within a single base. Spread your valuable items across different rooms or hidden compartments. This won't stop a determined clan, but it can discourage solo or smaller group raiders from fully committing. Bunker bases are one of the best defenses against offline raids. These designs allow you to seal off your loot with a twig wall as support. When you log back in, you can quickly destroy the twig to get in and out of your base. Due to the high costs, bunker bases can stop raiders from ever reaching your loot. There are many different bunker types, but here's an example of how to build the one I just showed. Most bases are simple squares or circles. Raiders are used to these layouts. Instead, throw them off with an abstract design that makes them think, where do I even begin? Combine this with fake doors and confusing pathways for a base that's as frustrating as possible to raid. And that's it. If this video helped you out, I would appreciate if you chucked us a like or subscribe. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.